Well, my sister grew up.
Yeah,
in her house when I was in Florida. Like, I found ones that was glitter in here. Yeah, sorry.
You need to look at it. No, it'll be. Yeah, kid is funny. He just doesn't know. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started. There you go. All right, well, it's June already. Pipe up. Or pipe down, right? Right, I'm correct for writing names on boards. No, I'm
It's so pretty. I hope you can tell you. This looks amazing.
Oh.
I mean, I was gone a week, so I didn't see the progress daily, and I walked in, I was like, it looks so amazing.
I was texting agent, hey, your check is here, right? Because I was like going through and I was like, it's been a minute. And he's like, yeah, but where's the mail room? He goes, is it changed again? I was like, oh yeah, it's had like 3 locations. I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna make you look for the conference room next time you come in. So trust me when I say my house is like that too. My poor husband. He's just like, I grew up with that, and now I gotta deal with you rearranging everything all over again. I get bored. What do you want? I know, keeps them on. Constantly moving and shifting, right? That's what we're doing. Okay, so it's June already. We're like halfway through the year, guys. Can you believe that? I mean, I feel like we were worried about what 2024 came, and here we are halfway through. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's been a pretty stellar year so far, at least for our market center. Yeah, especially for our market center, because if you guys don't know, and I know if you haven't watched my videos or watched, read any of the emails, we have continued to trend up, and we're one of the smallest market centers in the whole region. And we have the least amount of help, and we are literally like #1 for bringing profit into KW, and all of our agents and all of our numbers we're talking high 40s, 50% of listings gone up, profit that you guys are making, and things like that. So it means that we're doing the activities that we should, we're having fun, we're collaborating. I was just telling someone, they're like, I'm going to come into the office all the time because I want to see who's regularly in. And I'm going to tell you, like a year ago, we could tell you who's regularly in. Now I can't tell you who's regularly in because it rotates. Every day is different, the grouping of people that we have. So it's been pretty fun. So thank you everybody for showing up. Okay, we have a couple fun things that we've been working on. And I'm actually glad that some said people are here as I look and make eye contact with you both. Okay, I want to start with some bucket fills. We are going to launch our first culture award. We've been working on it. What's like the coolest, what does it look like, right? It has to be something fun. So we have the start of it, and we're going to announce our first culture award for this year. But I do want to start with some bucket fills, so you guys can just pipe up, like who's spoken, who did you do something with that was super fun, and it doesn't have to just be like real estate related. It could be personally related. It could be anything. We've been working on so many different things. So when at least if not, my role, I'm gonna start calling on people that I know have gratitude to share. Okay. Ready? Court. Sherry. Yay. I love it. Oh, we're in competition. Can we share? Are we like in a place we can share what that competition is? I love it. I love it. Now I'm gonna have binoculars just seeing what the heck's going on over there with you two. Love it. He working it? Sorry. Yes. I love it. I love it. Okay. Who else? Come on now. Really? All right.
Oh my goodness. There's people that I want to.
Sherry.
I'll go back to Courtney. Thanks for playing with me.
I love that.
I'm not sure you're gonna win, but I love that you think you're going to.
I love it. I think we need another set of boxing gloves.
And also just everyone on the ALC and participating at the like much this year, and I'm just so grateful for everybody. Moving and
Everyone, yes.
everything that's on the team, like it's amazing, and I just see us going great places. Doing great things.
Yes, great prelude, thank you, into something we will talk about. So yes, I think that you guys have got a lot of fun things that are wanting to be done, and we have a lot of things that we're working on for the year, so we should end it epically. And Miss Worthy. Ooh.
They're really helping me out. Help out.
I think you're a good one to end this with, girl. Yeah, you are awesome sauce. So thank you everyone for participating in that. All right, I know sometimes I go. So our beautiful sponsors for today, first is Janelle. If you guys have not dealt with Janelle at Magnus, you know, they were working on a lot of plug and play things. In fact, Janelle and I we just closed our first escrow together, literally, in the last like 48 hours. So it was smooth, it was easy, it was like fantastic. So, thank you guys for always jumping in and helping us out. And then, we do have United. I know Samara is going to be on her way. So I'm actually got a couple, seller warranties I have on some of the listings I have up. So today, if you guys have not received this little bad boy here, to enter to win, we are, let me see if I can do this. Bless me, Courtney. Let's see. So Erica Greenberg actually started in this office years ago when she built her sign company. And we had the pleasure of running into our family reunion again. So you guys all should have gotten a raffle ticket to earn a set of these lights. They go on your signpost. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Okay, so I believe I have to cover it up.
Cool.
There you go. Okay,
That's awesome.
isn't that awesome? Pretty cool. So we want to find some fun things. I know that Lacey and I, like we had black signs. So like when you put this on it and like it illuminated, it was really pretty. It set it apart. It was different. We saw one in Verado. Is that where we had saw it? Yeah.
we saw
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. So
I pay company to put up my signs and they just keep my lights on and use
Just
the same
rotate.
posts for my signs.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
even if it's not your own post, you can still put them on.
Yeah. And they're like little sticky, you know, the pull away ones, right? So that you can remove easily and stuff. So all the things that we have. So My Sign Shine is sponsoring. She's not here today, but we have something left from her. And then as always, my favorite Kent with One Home. In fact, I got that call. Huh?
And there's other tents?
I don't know. I don't think I've met a lot of Kents now that we think about it. In fact, I just got a call from your contractor.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So they're going to be working on one of my listings and helping me turn it into from a 2-2 to a 3-2. So just with the doorway and stuff like that. So Kent, as always. So he's got some literature. As always, he's got a code. I didn't get it up here, but Shine Sign. If you guys order, you just have to put this in and you get 10% off. Okay.
What does that say? Shine 10?
Shine 10. Okay. So come speak to him because he does all the things. Okay. He keeps coming back because it's a value with the subscription and the maintenancing and the home repair stuff and things like that. Okay, as always, your leadership, you got Alex, Scott, myself. I'm sorry they hired me. That's their fault, not yours. Kyle Christian, Miss Courtney, and Mr. Kyle Gomez. Where is his face? In 30 minutes, I'm literally going to announce it and he's not going to be here. But it is recorded, so shame on him. I'll give him. Do you know how hard it is being my work husband? Do you understand that? That poor guy. Okay, so ALC is our Agent Associate Leadership Council, right? This is essentially like a little political community, if you want to say, in our office. They help have a voice. They are part of your guys' voice They're helping us construct beautiful things within the market center for our clients, for us. Okay, they're helping with leverage. They're bringing together all the pieces that we're all working so hard on. So we officially have one. So I do want to say Ms. Sherry McBroom, Ms. Deborah Worthy, Ms. Crystal Hare, Kevin Lynch, Sabrina Novine, James Melendi, Adam Hoffman, and Jody Melendi. So if you guys hear from these folks, probably for a reason, please answer your phone. But we're really excited. They've got a lot of fun things that they're bringing to the table. In fact, they just implemented one. We will talk about that here in a minute. But it's been really fun to just see, you know, your guys' top 20% come together and start to work on some of those components that are going to build your business, you know, your clients, and our home. Okay. You'll hear me call us Island of Misfit Toys. If you guys have not seen that, has anyone seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? The claymation one, there's like a series of them. Okay. So we all know the Abominable Snowman and the Island of Misfit Toys, right? What do? They accomplish amazing feats. Okay, they are the underdog, and I do view us as the underdog. And I'm gonna share this with you. I think this is really cool because I had a vendor call me and go, tell me about your agents. Let me hear about your agents before I come in and teach. Okay, and I was like, oh, I love this. She's like, what's the demographic of your market center? I got quiet. There is none. And she's like, no, there's got to be a demographic. What's the demographic of your market center? Like old, like this religion, this type of ethnicity, this price point, this. And I said, got really quiet again. I said, there is no demographic. We are one of the only market centers I have ever seen that we do not sit in a place in which we have a demographic anything. We are everyone here. We represent literally everyone. It is one of the coolest things because we are a lover of all people in this. So yeah, so I want everybody to give a huge round for our ALC and the fact that they're going to be working really hard for us. And the fact that they've just come together to give us their personal time, you know, and volunteer to be able to help us. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, I really appreciate you guys already. Let's go. Birthdays. Seriously, like what happened what's 9 months ago, right? Like, because that is a birthday thing, right? So a huge happy birthday to Mr. Austin Bloom, Ashley Hansen, Sine Golke. I want to make sure Mr. James Rose, Adam West, Dion Wilson, James Melendi, Deborah Worthy. What's your birthday? What day? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We're having the date. I forgot. Oh, I'm like, did I forget? Brad, Brody, Kimberly Floyd, Karen Dominguez, who actually came back, Mark Lindenbury, who's new, Ben Hansen, Miss Latricia Morrison, and then Miss Jessica Cervantes, which we've seen a lot lately too. So happy birthday to all of you guys, pre-belated or now.
How many of them are on the same day?
There's a rock now. I'm like, now you gotta say it.
The day on there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so we have anniversaries. Crystal's at a year, but really you're at 3, right? Like 3 with this office altogether? 4? Yeah, so 4 in October. So Ranky's at a year, Adam West at a year, Mr. Walker's at 2 years. You're at 4. Wow, girl. And this year we have gotten to know all the wonderfulness that is Miss Lisa. So we're excited. So happy anniversary to all of y'all. Okay. So yes, we're up everywhere. It's been fun, guys. Year over year, month over month, we're up. Okay. So when everybody else is talking about, well, it's such a tough market and I'm not going to get the business and you know, nothing's there and nothing's working. They're either not being taught the right things, they're not doing the right things, or they're just not doing anything at all. Okay, because our goal is 240 and we're only halfway through the year. And if we continue trending like this, I would hope that we could get really close to hitting that or surpassing that, right? So continue to see my little fun, weird, quirky videos about where our stuff is sitting. So I'm going to sit down and not trip over something. Good luck to Alex. Don't go this way. Okay, so it's all Alex.
What's up, guys?
All right, so Zoom people, hi, but I gotta walk around. I can't stand in one place too long. So all right, two very important things we're gonna talk about. So first, I want to lead with the following. Can anybody guess the #1 phone call I've been getting from you guys?
Fire broker.
Buyer broker. Buyer broker, both offices. I get calls and they're just like, this sucks. Right? And so raise your hand if you've tried to pitch the buyer broker ever since this conversation started already. Half of the room. Okay. Now, the other half just didn't want to pitch it yet, or just not an opportunity yet? Not an opportunity yet? Okay, cool. Raise your hand if you're scared as hell to pitch it when that time comes. So I'm getting a bunch of calls, but no one here is scared. You guys are all ready to go to pitch that buyer broker agreement? Yeah? So I can move on?
Shaking in my pants.
Well, tell me, like, who here is prepared for August 16th?
More prepared, I think, obviously, have more knowledge, more strategies on how to deliver it. More objection handlers for different objections that might come up.
Yep.
I've not pitched it enough, may not be aware of all the objections we're gonna get.
So Zoom people, Deborah says like, hey, we can't be prepared enough, you know, some objection handles that might come up. So Sherry, yeah.
And also, those of Shay and Laura Vita will be offering finance.
Mhm.
How do you like, get a buyer broker agreement and have
Raise your hand if you jumped on the KW open house a week and a half ago. What is everybody else? I'm sorry, this is gonna sound a little rude. What is everybody else doing? KW's like, here's a NAR settlement meeting that you can watch from your couch. Raise your hand if you didn't know that happened. So we knew it happened. Half of the room attended. Okay. All right. Here's what I do want to make very clear. I was thinking, okay, hey, OP moment, what to talk about, and then I realized my phone's always ringing and it's buyer broker conversations. And then I looked up. I want to share my perspective on all of this. I want you guys to know where I come from and what every agent hears from me that has called me one-on-one. Okay, so if you are a listing agent, stop freaking out. You already know what to do. You do it with a listing agreement. Okay. Sherry, I love those points. But we know what to do as a listing agent, right? Like, this is what I deserve. And then later, I feel like that's not what I deserve. And I'm willing to accept something later where we do an addendum, right? So on that KW open house, this is what, it was really funny because I laughed because one of the questions I'm getting is, but what if I do this and then I need to do this, right? Because the property did something, right? And I go, cool, I wish I knew because our, billion-dollar company didn't have an answer for that on that call either. They're like, we don't know what's gonna happen with addendums, and it might be down to your local jurisdiction on how you handle that, right? You're on your board, your MLS. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to understand. It is hard for me to envision a world where things can't get amended through an addendum, right? Like, let's just assume that. But I had a great question from someone, and it came and well, actually, it's not embarrassing. So this one was really good. It was from Michael King right back there. And he goes, hey, like, what? I'm not afraid to go ask for my blank %. And I'm just treading carefully here, but let's assume it's a number that we all would love to get. Okay, right? And so he's like, that part's not a problem. But what happens now? I walk into a new build and it's the opposite of what Sherry said. They're offering 5. Now what? And I go, great question. I go, the technical answer, and I need 5%. Sherry said 5,000, but Michael King asked me in his question, he said 5%. And he goes, so I got my percentage that I'm totally cool with, but now this new build's offering, and again, I'm treading carefully here, a number of percentage higher than what I was cool with, right? So now what? And I go, well, here's the technical answer. And I think we all need to be prepared for this. This is what I think some of us will not grasp until it's too late. And so kudos to you, Mike, because this is a great question. Hey, what happens technically? Well, is it today or August 16th? If it's today, you're fine. You can get that 5%. August 16th, you don't get that 5%. You get whatever you put on that piece of paper. Well, so again, here's what I like. This is the answer that you guys can run with as long as it relates to me. If you call me, I'm not going to give you a different answer ever. I'm going to assume, because there is no clarity on this yet, sure, it can be amended. Hey, I grabbed an addendum and this is an amendment to our buyer broker. Yeah, just like a listing agreement. Like, hey, buyer agrees that, we're going to amend this from blank percent to 5%, right? Here's what I have to ask you though. Forget technicalities, forget what might actually, can happen on paper. This is what I want to ask you. How would you feel, right? And I posed the same question to you, right? Michael said, or tell me if I didn't, but I thought I did, right? How would you feel when you go to your client, Lacey, hey, I know we did an agreement, at this set percentage, and we sat down, we talked about that line by line, as to why that was going to be the case. And now we went and we looked at this new build property, and you're really excited about it. I need a favor, basically, right? Because they're offering 5%. And the only way I'm going to be able to collect that is doing an addendum, adjusting that on here, because our new rules say that this is the max that I can get is what we agreed on. And they go, no.
They probably will then.
By the way,
Hold on. The percentage you're putting on the buyer broker, is this specifically saying that's coming from the buyer? I think it's say buyer or seller.
they are hiring for that percentage, and whether it comes from the seller or them, they're agreeing that you get paid that as well. And that is the max that you can get. If you guys don't have clarity on this, again, then you haven't been coming to any calls or anything. It's gonna be honest with you. If you don't know this subtle, this is the biggest change. Right now, you could put $1 on that buyer broker agreement, and if they're offering 3%, you can get the 3%. Okay, that I can't say that percentage because I'm saying if they're offering. They being the seller. Okay, you could put $1 in a buyer broker agreement. So I joked with another agent. They're like, I'm really struggling with this right now, trying to get these now. And I go, what you just told me is you can't sell your product for $500. They're like, where'd you get that from? I go, you could put any number on there if you're willing to accept what's on the MLS, because it says whichever is greater. They're like, crap.
Sorry to interrupt, so you're going back to the effective problem, you're going to your buyer, they say, you know what, no, you agreed to 3, so where's that?
So I'm mixing a couple stories here, but number one, somebody's like, I'm struggling with this right now. Like I've been trying, because I want to practice, right? I want to be prepared for August 16th. And I was like, cool. And they go, I was like, they told me no. And I go, and I picked 500. I could have said $1. I was like, you can't even pitch your product for $1. They're like, that doesn't make any sense. I go, it does, because what you're saying is, well, I'm trying to get these signed, and I'm cool taking whatever's on the MLS. And right now, the buyer broker says whichever is greater, you get. So if you can't even get a buyer broker signed for $1, you're gonna have a really hard time come August 16th, because that's when it switches. Whatever number you put on there is the most you can make. Back to Michael King's example. I put blank, but the builder is offering 5%. So I go back to Lacey and I go, hey, it's August 16th or forward, or further. And I go, hey, can you do me the favor? I just need an addendum to our buyer broker agreement because this is offering more. And I want to ask, what I want all of you to internally answer right now. How would you feel right now? You've done everything I just did. And then your buyer goes, no. Raise your hand if you'd be pissed about that extra 2% going down the drain. Sorry, I'm sorry. Whatever percentage extra. I'm sorry. Right, could be 2, could be 3. Whatever you decided you could handle off after the percent of the buyer broker. So everybody's, yeah, to this side of the room, please. Yes, we would be pissed. Okay, so question for you. are you just going to accept being pissed, or are you gonna practice getting better at saying, hey, look, there are some scenarios. There's a reason that I'm putting a higher percentage if we're doing this. You know what I learned from that particular meeting? I didn't have an answer prior to that. I'll tell you what I formulated after you asked me that question, Michael. So I appreciate that you did. He goes, well, then I better have a damn good buyer's consultation, knowing if I'm going to see new builds or not.
Yeah.
Right? Like my buyer broker percentage that I'm asking for is probably going to be different if I'm going to go look at new builds. Right? And why? Because, hey, this is the range that's being offered out there. So then what would be a great follow-up question from you guys? Yeah, but like, just because one might be, what about when the other ones that they go look at isn't offering them? Does that mean they're on the hook for that?
Well, they could feel like they are because they're.
Correct, they could. So you have to ask yourself, what do you do? And I want to be clear, there is no answer to this, right? Do you trust you or them more? You to lower it if they're offering less, or for them to raise it if more is being offered?
I mean, of course, but can't you literally, and I have not done any of this, okay? Can't you literally spell out scenarios?
No.
You cannot.
Very specifically in the settlement, they said there is no ifs, ands, or buts. It cannot be ambiguous.
You're like, yeah.
Dallas, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's some bullshit. Yeah, Dallas. I love it. Yes. This is a great dialogue. Look, there is no answer to this other than who do you trust more, yourself or your client?
Yeah, but if your client trusts you.
I know, you know, and Spiro, I love that you said that. I was hoping somebody said it. Does your client trust you? Trust is built at the consultation.
Yep.
What I'm finding out is people are winging it on the go. What I'm finding out is that people haven't practiced this, that they don't go and say, you know what, Spiro and Sherry, you guys team up and run this by in every scenario you've ever heard in 30 years and whatever you've heard in 11 years, right?
So at the time that you're having pitching it, you're saying, rather than saying, oh, now that we're looking at this and it's higher, can we now change it? In the beginning, you could say, here's our options. I'll put it at what my minimum is. And will you agree to amend it if in fact there's like asking it at that time, not after, so that at least you already. The idea about it change the other.
Great, by the way, great idea. But, and I love, so, and I mean this truly respectfully, Spiro, but I love that coming from a listing agent, because how many sellers have not dropped their price after they promised you they would?
People change in the middle of a sale. They just do it stressful.
Yes, sir.
So scenario, you know you've got a buyer, you're taking them to a new build, that's what you want. Every new builder has.
Yeah, by the way, Lennar,
Yeah,
no commission on the first time.
And I kind of know what it's looking at. You have to buy it. But if you have to find it.
You cannot tour a property without a buyer broker. On August 16th.
You have multiple. No, Alex,
That's
this whole thing comes hold
No.
off, people not in discussion. In the beginning, before the loss,
Correct.
right? Allegedly. So,
Allegedly.
We are where we are. Today, learning, moment, work. Those discussions are important. You and I in that discussion we had, I come from the other side. I come from the, let's go high. It's easier to bring it down. Right. And
I live in a world, no one is gonna pay me more after.
Oh, okay, here's a bigger picture. Let's say that you get every buyer broker to agree to a number that you are comfortable with, your business model, your lifestyle, your expense, everything is based on that, you know, we make X on every house. And then let's say you're living in today's world, where some you get 2, some you get 2.5, some you get 3.5. At the end of the year, which scenario would you make more money? But my point is, do we want to get hung up on maybe 1 or 2 sales that seem like we're losing, when maybe we might actually be making more on all the other ones, because it's been unified, if you can actually execute this broker agreement effectively. So look at the big picture, the whole year, total number of transactions, total number of money earned, average amount per transaction, big picture.
Through my teams that I've owned, through brokerages, through conversations with hundreds of agents, here's what I do know. And this is before I pivot to number 2. Number 2 will be much shorter. This is what I do know. Agents are handling buyer broker agreements on the fly, and it's an afterthought. I don't know a listing agent that does the same with their listing agreement. Like, I don't know who's getting a listing. Like, and don't get me wrong. Do I and by the way, literally yesterday, my friend called me, he's like, I'm getting under contract on a property yesterday that I found on my own, you're listing it, so sending the listing agreement. We get lucky like that. Okay, like, but that's this side of the spectrum. If we have a successful real estate business where your majority of your business is listings, you are showing up and doing what? We are doing a listing appointment. We're going through a presentation. We are delivering what? Our value proposition, right? And then that seller is going to give you objections, and you're going to handle them, and then you're going to get what? Your listing agreement signed. Yes or yes?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's more conversation.
there is. So the part, what I'm realizing that people are freaking out on is, well, I never had to present before. I just took a buyer out, show. Okay, do we get that difference? Just going out and showing your client has ended. Okay. For the most part, like, sure.
So what about all these Zillow and Redfin people that just get the call and maybe something happen hour later in the process?
Same thing, you haven't seen their agreement yet? Yeah, they'll already came up with a current agreement. So. By the way, just sorry, like I want you guys to think like businesses and not like individual people, you know, and be responsive, not reactive. Like Zillow, like nothing changes till August 16th, and Zillow is already like, we already have our touring agreement, we already came out with a touring program, like we're already ready. Are you ready?
I have a question, so. On the listing side, I mean, not as much recently, but for kind of the first 8 years, 9 years, I don't think there was a transaction that I didn't contribute something. HOA fee, $200 for repairs, just something to be like, all right, I'm just gonna make this thing go away, we're just gonna get to the next step, right?
Totally agree.
Big picture, I'm not getting how much for $100, maybe even a couple thousand, depending on.
When you're doing double digit units, especially north of 30, like you're just like,
Yeah, just gotta.
let me get this off my plate.
So then, right, so now, on the broker, the buyer side, my question is, if we're getting a better than average amount, can we actually concession that back to our buyer?
Of course.
Or a limit, right? So, right, so how do we get it back to them, right? So we're meaning, I guess, we can give it back to the buyer in a different form.
You have to have it to give though.
Of course.
Yeah. And by the way, you can't say that you're going to give, because like you can't say I'm gonna give you, well, I don't know, maybe actually, by the way, never mind, I'm gonna shut my mouth, because who knows, you might be like, hey, I want 5% on every single one of these buyer broker agreements, but I'm gonna give you a 2% concession. But then you go, well, am I only doing that for the if case they're getting 5% at a new builder? And you go, well, but then it eliminates you getting the 5%. Because you now have to do the concession at 3 or 5. Right, Jason?
Okay, so the real difference is written in that buyer broker agreement, to James from today.
Yeah.
Is going to be the buyer, if the seller isn't offering is paying.
If the seller is offering and that number is higher than what is being offered, it doesn't matter. For illustrative purposes. What's the fruit? 3 bananas, right? So 3 bananas is what you want, and the seller is offering 0, 1, 2 bananas. That buyer is saying, I agree to pay this. Yes.
So in my listening appointments, I mean, I'm sure everybody does the same thing. You're going in, you're comping it, you're looking at it. You're seeing them looking at the tax records, they have $500,000 in equity, so forth. The buyer doesn't have those things. So when you're looking at it, the buyer is, we're asking the buyer to say, hey, $500,000 house, 3%, $15,000. I think that's where the gap is with buyer. That's the disconnect.
We just spent 2 years in 2021 and part of 22 where people paid 100,000 over. I understand that a lot of first-time home buyers could suffer in that regard. Now, guess what? I want to give a shout out to Rebecca Durfee, right? I sat down with her personally and we had a conversation about this, and she's like, look, it was that simple. Hey, we're gonna have some listings, right? By the way, you're going to sign this percentage because I know what my time is worth, number one, right?
Exactly.
Number two, now you have a choice. There are gonna be sellers who have chosen that they think it doesn't make sense to alleviate and remove an expense from a buyer's world. And there are sellers that do. Would you like me to show you the ones that don't understand that concept, or only the ones that do? And she goes, 100% of the time they go, out of principle, even though I can afford it, don't show me those, just show me the ones that you get it. Right? That's it. And she's like, it's that simple. It's literally a 2-minute conversation. I have my buyer broker. After doing my consultation that she was already doing anyways. And that's the difference there.
Okay, so in that situation though, she's gonna get a list of 10 or 12 or 15 houses, she's gotta call all of them, who's offering.
Yep.
And then eliminate the ones on the list that are.
Thank you. We have to work.
Negotiate. So if a buyer wants to see a house that's offering 0, can't we negotiate with the seller concession?
Yeah.
And then the buyer pays the commission?
Yeah, and we can what if this all day. I gotta wrap this up to give it back to Rachel, because what if they already needed concessions
Right.
for closing costs and yours is in excess on what you're allowed to collect for that loan?
And I know that this is all speculation, but I really thought that there was gonna be a master plan that's not through MLS, that's going to have everybody's commissions on some sort of master plan that we can see.
Are you raising hand? You know the answer to this? Or?
What is that they're working on?
I don't know if you guys know that, but Wednesday, right, our DD from the other office said, hey, there's like 9 documents that AER is working on. Just to put that into perspective, right?
Something where we, I mean, honestly, if you have a buyer that comes in from out of town that wants to see 50 homes, things.
Any day just an actual phone.
Yeah, but in that same example, you go, are we gonna look at 50 homes? Because they're gonna be, do you wanna see the ones that aren't or are? And if, even if they said, but if I like it, and then we can negotiate, and you go, again, every single thing that I've heard thrown at me goes, did you dig deeper at your consultation?
Yep.
Are you gonna need closing costs anyways from the lender, right? Mr. Eric back there, hello, sir, right? Like, do you need closing costs from the lender, right? Then, hey, also getting my compensation covered from the seller might be a shot in the dark, right? Fitting it in and everything, okay? Number 2, how much money do you have? Are you guys not asking this question at your consultations, right? It's literally part of the, what do you plan on putting down and how much money are you working with, okay? So all of this is improving your buyer's consultation.
I personally think
That
avoiding
makes
homes that
huge
aren't
information.
offering commissions is a horrible approach, because if a seller wants to sell a house and a buyer wants to buy it, there's gotta be a way to put that deal together where everybody is happy.
Probably.
I can't imagine.
And all you need is that seller to say,
More with the seller's gonna be like, okay, whatever's gonna take.
correct, and if there's a max of concessions issue that we run into, then that seller better look up and go, I'm gonna sign an addendum with my listing agreement. That I am gonna pay them a higher commission so they can offer a co-broke, and then you're sending a piece of paper that says, you're gonna pay me X co-broke, right? Like, you're gonna pay me X co-broke, and you signed a piece of paper that says you're gonna do as such, and we put the deal together. tons of negotiations gonna happen. What definitely has to be clear, and that no matter what the scenario is, well, no matter what if, is are you prepared to actually do a buyer's consultation and be able to deliver your value proposition to ask for that buyer broker agreement at the percentage you believe you were. Okay, so you said she doesn't have, you have a question?
No, it's not a question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that I came from Washington and we implemented a regulatory buyer's broker years ago. And at my office, we were required to have a buyer's consultation where we walked through percentages and made sure that the buyer understood how much they would have to come with cash at closing if the seller was not offering the commission that matched our agreement. They would then understand. I was in a remote community, about 3,500 people, and people would literally call and be like, I'm gonna be there in 30 minutes, I wanna look at this call. So we would have to let them know on the phone, absolutely, I'll meet you at the house. I do have a buyer broker agreement that we all have on hand. We'll need to have you sign that prior to the opening of the doors. People were okay with that. And I even experienced times where I had a buyer that wasn't as prepared financially to purchase a home. She told me that at the buyer broker consultation, and we were able to negotiate through different homes, one that did not offer anything. She was the one that told me, I don't want to look at that house because I want to work with you. Because I was like, listen, I can't touch that. I can't give you any kind of advice.
And I won't get in your way if you really want it.
Exactly. I can get you that person's phone number, but that's it. I have to walk away. And it was extremely beneficial, and it actually built a stronger rapport with this client because she genuinely respected and wanted to have me be able to feed my kids. So it was a beautiful thing, and I think that the more that we get used to that process, you'll just realize that these people genuinely value your time and effort and want you to be able to turn on your lights, feed your kids, and retire one day.
The reason I feel like my team was very successful back when I had it was like, we didn't even know that people weren't doing this, right? Like, this is just how we ran our team many moons ago, right? And it's so funny, now I can stand here having, own a brokerage with hundreds of agents. And when I hear you talk, all my brain does is goes, sounds like the relationship that listing agents have with their
That's
clients.
exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's almost like that trust is gonna be there with the buyers.
Sounds like the relationship that listing agents have with their clients.
Yeah. 100%.
And what's the percentage of buyers that will reuse their agent?
Much higher.
Probably.
It's like 80%,
significant.
but only 20% use them because
Yeah.
you don't have an established relationship, so you're not calling them, you're not following up with
It
them.
was very
So
transactional.
if we create these relationships at the beginning, at the very first time when we meet them with the buyer's consultation, there's going to be that innate rapport where you're going to want to spend your time with them. So I think it's a beautiful opportunity for us to transition into a more relational.
I like it.
I said, quick one.
Yes.
Can you get a buyer broker per showing?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not what we want. We want to have but you can have more of that transactional side.
It's all
If they
terms and
don't wanna
conditions
sign-
and
I'm
time.
sure it'll be
limits.
one of the 9 documents that
Yeah.
it's like per house, so, correct.
So it could go up or down, but.
I don't know that for a fact, but like, so sorry, that was wrong of me. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know, what do they do in Washington?
Awesome.
One other question, you said Washington?
Yeah.
So I know a couple agents in Washington. The tenured and seasoned agents are getting a little more irritated for this, because they say it's kind of the race to the bottom. The where agents are coming in to say, okay,
It's always like that, but it's like
Hold
that
on,
anywhere,
hold on.
anytime we have shifts.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's exactly like what?
The buyer's consultation. or
No.
the seller's consultation.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, but I get it.
It was a race. You know how many times I went up against the 3,500 flat feet in East Valley? Like, countless. And then, and that seller goes, yeah, you're right, like, I need somebody who actually knows what they're doing, and I'm just.
Yeah, they'll fizzle out again.
I'm not just another transaction trying to get off the plate.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
It's a volume business over quality business. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had this whole conversation, my parents still live in Washington, and they're calling me and they're like, did you hear all of these greedy people are gonna get less money? And I'm like, whoa, let's stop, stop with that. You know, if someone's making $350 per deal, that means that they have to do way more to feed their kids. which means they're not gonna be actually focused on what is necessary to really establish.
And help you out.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Okay,
I want all you guys to know, I had Courtney, take roll call of everybody here, so, you guys specifically, because you came to the today's meeting. We are working on leads, there would be a referral fee for these leads, but, when we have those ready to go, you guys are gonna be the first to hear about it and be able to opt in. Okay, so just a heads up, so thank you for coming and being on top of, that was the second thing, I promise we went short, and have a lot of grace for Rachel, because I totally ate up way more time.
no, I have to go really.
So-
Okay, broker minute, Kyle, unfortunately, he had to miss it last minute, but just a reminder, even I got dinged on it, okay. Our opportunities need to be named when they're listings by the listing address, okay? When our buyer goes under contract, we just need to edit our details in the detail section and the opportunities to change it to the address. You can turn around and go dash client name, but it has to be the address, and that's because it's the way that it's logged for compliance for ADR. So you know, we're not just asking you guys to do something, there's an actual reason for it,
The
okay?
whole address.
The street, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 Main Street. You don't have to put Phoenix, you know, zip code, just, it's all organized that way. Okay. All right, he said we'll just keep it at that. Okay, I don't want to feel, we try to eat up as much time. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was just, where's, oh, never mind, got it. Yeah, cool, never. I was like really excited about this, so I'm like, I don't want to do it without him. Okay, KW Cares, Spiro, thank you. Last month you were our top contributor. So Andrew Bloom, Courtney, and Thomas all contributed. We have month to date 195, year to date 825. Our goal is 3,000. I would think that's probably going to be pretty easy to hit by the end of the year. And again, KW Cares is they'll match our donations, right, Alex? Like,
Well, when you contribute, if something were to happen.
yeah.
Then we actually apply for a grant.
So we can apply from a grant and then, yeah, we can get additional stuff coming in. That's for you. Okay, so pretty cool. All right, new to the team. I have some here. I don't know what's going on. He's got phone calls coming in on his thing. Okay. Mark Lindenberry, he is with BBO, Miss Latricia Morrison. We have Ben Mueller, he's not here today. We have Miss Angela Bach, Michael King, I'm sorry, you don't have a J in your name, that's my fault. And Miss Lisa Everett. So we just want to welcome you guys. We're excited to do all the things. I think actually everybody has like some crazy piece of business moving right now, even just starting, or they're doing something really monumental and building a plan and stuff. So it's been really fun to work with y'all. Okay, so yeah, I'm like pushing out. So. All right, I know Ranky's been in here working on it. He's not in here today, but he was here yesterday. So Casey Ranky has got his first listing. So when you see him, remember to high five him. Omega Moya also got her first closing. So that was really fun. She's been with us for a while. So it's kind of fun when I get to see, and we have a lot of y'all who haven't been doing much and then just coming out of the woodworks. Okay, so cappers, I already reached out, but they're not coming. Jeffrey, he's the one that tells me you're going to move the office around all the time. So we have our cappers for May were Tyson Barnhart, Austin Bloom, Jeffrey Jordan, and Miss Courtney. So come get your capping gift, lovies. Is it a hat? No, I think it is a hat. Let's hear it. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. There you go. Put it on with your black dress. I like it. Very good. So yeah, love you, girl. Okay, so, and actually we have a ton of cappers coming up. It's actually been pretty fun. Okay, so home runs, you guys know that's when you sign a listing, close a listing, and get one under contract all in 1 month. So Andrew Bloom, Chet Heinrich, Crystal Hare, James Melendi, Jeannie Johnson, Sherry McBroom, Thomas Cole, Jeffrey Serpa, Kenneth Fleming, Kevin Lynch, Ryan Forger, and Sabrina Novine. So really fun, because that's like 3 pieces of business in 1 month. You guys realize that, right? Like that's rotating, that's really fun. And it's nice because it's not always consistent with who's on there. Okay. So our over $1 million club is Bloom, Jeannie Johnson, Tom Kolb, Heather Phillips, Spiro, see your face over there, and then Tyson Barnhart. So congratulations to them because they're just killing that volume. Okay. All right, so in top written volume, so again, this is what we're writing for our buyers. We individual agent, we have Alan in third, Casey Rinke in a second, Thomas Cole in his first. For teams, we have the AZ Home Group, which is Sabrina and Kevin, and then we have BVO Luxury at number 1. Groups, third, we have Sync Realty. Second, we have Team Excellence, and number 1, we have Team in Common. All right. We'll do it all at the end. Yeah, she's over there, like she's so eager. Okay, I love it. Okay, so listings taken volume. So individual agent, we have third, we have Chet Heinrich. Second, Casey Rinke. First, Thomas Cole. Teams, we have again Sabrina and Kevin. And then we have BVO for number 1, Group, Sync Realty at third, and then Team in Common, and then Team Excellence. So you kind of swapped there for this one. Sherry, did you see that? You swapped Team in Common for listings taken versus written. Okay, top closed volume, and then we can give like a huge round. So individual agent, we got Spiro, then we got Heather Phillips, and then Thomas Colvin, number 1. He's really like, he came out of the woodworks, like commercial was quiet, and then it was like busy. So teams, we have Sabrina and Kevin, then we have BVO. Groups, we have Sync Realty, then Team in Common, and Team Excellence. So huge round of applause. That's a lot of business going on. Okay, so super fun. Okay, this one I'm really excited about. Okay, try not to get. So you guys have asked, we are giving. Okay, Mr. Alex is going to be joining us, and we are going to be doing a dynamic dialogue. Okay, so we'll be doing stuff for like, you know, top 20% and stuff like that too, but for all the agents, have those better conversations. He's really good at it. You saw it. He was just navigating with the whole buyer broker piece of it. Okay, so he's going to come in and he's going to start doing and working on those dialogues with us. Okay, I am adjusting my training. We are taking the 3-4 hour classes away, and I will be, who likes a good power nap? I like an hour and a half, but 20-30 minutes I can definitely pops you up, right? Like we hear about that. So I'm going to be doing 3 power classes on Wednesday back to back. Okay, so 30 minutes a piece. It could be listings. Then we could jump into social media, and then we can jump into database. Chances are all 3 of them are going to connect. Okay, but they're going to be on one specific topic, not the whole thing. Okay, it'll be fun because each week will be different. I don't get bored. I get bored easily. So, and then you guys, I can keep up on all the things that we're seeing rapidly, right? Okay, Wisdom Wednesdays. This, oh yes, sorry. My heart fluttered a little bit. Okay, Wisdom Wednesdays, guys, you guys need to be coming to these. This Wednesday is one of my favorite. It is HOA addendums. And I will be helping him as we go through the CCNRs and how to read our CCNRs. If you are not taking a listing and asking for your client for the CCNRs on their property before you've even gone live, shame on you. Okay. If you are a buyer, because those disclosures take a hot minute, and during your inspection period, you aren't pushing your listing agent to provide a copy of the CCNRs for you so that you can make sure that no material fact that your client needs is sitting within those CCNRs, shame on you. So we're going to jump into both of those things this Wednesday.
What time are your classes?
Yeah, you're gonna get, and I did put them on here because you guys need to be reading your emails.
And I look at, I'll talk to you later. I'm
Yeah.
confused as to which is here and which is really only online and which is at the other place. And it's like, my head is spinning.
So I've been trying to do a really good job of like putting time and date first. And then KWNE means it's here. KWRPP means it's at Glenwood. If it's in another location, it'll indicate. And then most of it's attached to a form, like a Google form or a calendar invite, and all that information is sitting within that as well. Okay, so you guys can't get mixed up, but we'll meet, Lisa, don't worry, like I'll jump into that. Okay, thank you. These two. Okay, Bevan Smith, we all know her beautiful, wonderful self. she is going to be jumping into the mentorship program, with her program to help all of our agents, that are coming into the brokerage or essentially under 8 deals, okay? It's something that the brokerage is picking up the 10% for, so there's no reason why y'all need to be saying no, okay? And then she's gonna have some really cool à la carte pieces for like our top producers and leveraging and team building, or, you know, whatever it is, or, and then, accountability coaching as well. So I am putting it up here because I want you guys to be aware that it's going to be coming relatively soon. The second one is Talkative Tech Time with Tim Tiller. It's like all the T's. I was putting it together. I was like, T, right? So we all marketing, and Devin does marketing too. I do marketing. Like there's a lot of people in the office now that do a lot of it, but he's in marketing and just tech, guys, just systems and all of the way that things communicate and the things that you got. We had 2 website classes with Matt Meyer, who's a regional, and no one showed up. Yet, you know what y'all asked me about? Command and the website and this and that. Okay, so somewhere we're like afraid to have a conversation about tech, like real conversation. And so we're eliminating that. So by Friday, expect an email, and I didn't send it out because I wanted to do it today, Tim. We need 5. We're only allowing 5 people for very individual one-on-one coaching around your tech and your marketing. We are looking for 5 very specific people in order to gauge where it is that everybody's sitting and wants to sit. Okay, so we will be very selective. We need people that are afraid of social, that, you know, or tech in general, marketing and online. And we have people that want to and maybe aren't, you know, doing it the way that they should because they don't know how. And then I want people that are super eager and feel like they're doing it at a high level. Okay, so we want a little bit of everyone so that we're really getting the consensus, right? Because I can't take the consensus because we don't fall within anything, guys. Everybody's at a different level everywhere. Okay, so this will help Tim and I and the rest of the leadership team dive into what it is that you guys need, which will help Devin, which will help said so-and-so. Okay, so expect all that. So if you want to be a part of something really cool, then apply for we will be taking the first 5 people that fit within the criteria. So it's not personal. It's just, you got to fit. So I'll name out what it is that we're looking for. And I kind of already know where y'all are sitting. So I love you. But it will grow from there. Okay. But we just need those 5. Am I missing anything, Tim or Devin?
I think just for the mentorship program, the focus is just treating businesses like a business.
Yep.
And specifically how to build your farm, how to build your sphere, and just showing up for yourself every day.
Love it. You guys are going to notice there's a lot of mindset stuff in all of our training. Okay. And you're also going to see as we work into this next 2 quarters, you're going to see us do a lot of mitigating and growing. So you're going to find that we're trying to mitigate something that's a real big pain point. It could be a finance, it could be this, it could be an internal struggle, it could be a resource. And then you're going to see that we're going to be following it up with something that's going to force you to grow. Okay, it's an opportunity to grow or something. So you're going to see that theme throughout this next last half of the year. Okay. And I want to encourage you guys to be vulnerable and to be honest. Whether you're sitting next to the agent next to you, you have no idea what's going on in the person's world next to us. And we're in a really crazy market. Whether you feel great about it or you don't, we are in a crazy market, okay? And we have proven that it really does matter who you sit next to, and remembering that the world is plentiful and that they have your back, okay? So as we do this, I want you to be vulnerable and honest. And if something's not your strong suit or you don't know, ask. Stop practicing out there. Practice here where it's safe. Okay. Thank you. Mom lecture ended. Okay, make it agent camp, please. Would love to. I understand this is right around the corner, so we have some pretty fun things with family reunion to kind of set, because I do believe that once you go once, you never you're always going. It is a fantastic opportunity. It is. I'll dive more into it. It is, I went back, sorry. We have family reunion every year. Lisa's new. So we have family reunion, which is our like super international one. Like that one, what do we have? Like 18,000 people. Last February, it's every February.
Oh, yeah, I've got that marked on my calendar.
Cool.
All right.
But mega agent, and then there's mega leadership. Those are done in Austin, which is where our corporate office is. It's a little bit smaller, but it's really diving into more of the actual agent aspect of things. Okay, so wow. We're gonna go back to
Biggest
Texas, girl.
difference is then there's a lot of breakout.
Yes.
classes Highlighting different topics, with
Mhm.
mega camp is mostly all on. What's it called? Yeah, it's panels and you're all in one big group.
Yeah, it's like all together. Yes, Spiro's right. Like, so mega agent, you're kind of all together, a lot of panels and things like that. Where family reunion is just like,
Some panels, but it's a lot. of
it's a lot of breakouts. Like you're just going in different, we could all go together and probably see each other maybe 2 or 3 times. There's probably when we're eating. Because we're all, there's so much to do. So, okay, we also have the QL Summit 2024 as well. It's in Austin, Texas, and it's virtual. Okay, so again, with the young adults, instructors, and then members. So if you guys want to jump into that, that's there. Quantum, thank you. I always like, do you know I found out that Scott teaches Quantum Leap and Andrew Bloom? I'm gonna try to get a Quantum Leap thing coming happening here. Okay, we have a couple things happening this month and next month. So Cash to Win, David Kellum with Wallach and Volk is gonna do a Cash to Win. That is June 27th. So you guys can scan here to sign up right now. So it'll be a lunch and learn, and it's designed to just create some more opportunities to close more transactions. If we haven't learned that we have to be very creative in the way that we're approaching our clients, we really do. So if you don't, I'll also have these, I'll send them out on Facebook. So our amazing ALC has put together a co-op happy hour. Okay, this is going to happen once a month. And so I'm going to pre-prep you guys that if you guys have closings, they will be reaching out to the co-op agents and inviting them to this co-op happy hour. They want to say thank you for closing that deal and being on the other side. And this is an opportunity for you guys, with your closings as well to come. So if you get that ALC call from one of them, an email or a text or something, know that this one's invitation only, and it's legitimate, and come if you're invited. It's just a great way. Like I just had a closing and invited those 2 agents to come this month. It was really fun. Okay, this one I'm excited. I'm going to leverage, guys. You'll be very proud of me. We're going to have the Tobias team come in on July 18th. We are going to do gifts, the things that move, the little things that we all put in the messages to give the excitement. We're going to talk about CapCut. We're going to talk about ChatGPT. And then social media auditing. Okay, so it's going to be a workshop. This one is worth it. There's going to be stations in which you guys can go and navigate to get these things done. We'll have some fun setup for you guys, some props and some things like that for you guys to just make it a fun day. So come with nothing but an open mind, and throw being worried about how your face or how you are on anything. Throw it all out the door. It doesn't matter, because it's just about you and us having fun and doing those things. Okay, so you can scan here, but again, you guys will notice when you log into Command. Has anyone noticed when you log into Command that there's like this scrolling thing on the right of all the events that are happening this week? Y'all notice that? Yeah, that'll happen every week. So you can go there, you get my emails, we get the text messages, or you guys should be able to do all the things. Yeah.
I live off my calendar.
So we did debate that. We did debate that.
Cause I missed I got a call for the ALC last month. Invitational. I didn't get on my calendar, so I didn't go. My issue, but it would just be nice to have a calendar. But
yeah, so what I've been trying to do, just so you know, is like in the email I send you guys every Sunday, Monday, depending on when I get it compiled, I'll have the calendar link in that email that you can just click and add to your calendar. But what we found is we haven't had good response, and it creates a lot of mucky stuff, because every time you guys deny and or accept, it's just like, you know what I mean? So I was like, how can I get it on the calendar for you guys? Because I'm the same thing. It's not on my calendar. It's not happening. Let's figure it. See,
send it from a different person, like
well, let's talk about that.
So that you don't get all that traffic.
We do have it, but let's talk about that. Yeah, 100%. See, that's why it's great to have you here. I like it. Okay, so yes, we have the media day that's coming. And then the school run extravaganza is July 20th. So all the details are there, okay? What we're doing, what we're shooting for, what we're hoping for, and some of those things. I am going to be handing this baby off to the ALC for them to run. So do please sign up. There's lots of different options. But sign up is limited, and we need to have a cutoff date so we can ensure that all marketing for you guys is already ordered through Magnus and ready for you guys to go to lead generate, and we're not doing everything last minute. Okay, last couple events have been done like that. All right. So this is meant for a couple things: to invite your clients to and to lead gen from. It's meant to serve those two things. Okay, and it's the other side is the community outreach and giving back and stuff. So highly encourage you guys to play a part in this. Okay, this one, and I think I'm almost done, and then we can set you guys off. Okay, again, what did I say? Mitigating and growing, mitigating, growing, mitigating, growing, okay? So we all love to win stuff, and we all love to say stuff, okay? So how can we like bring all of that together? So super easy. This is probably the easiest thing ever. In one quarter, if I sit down with two people that you guys bring me, all I have to do is sit down and talk with them. That's all you guys are doing, just bring me someone to sit down and talk with. You guys enter to win the $250 gift card for the quarter, okay? If I have 5 in a quarter, okay? And if you lead gen and I talk about these numbers, it should be nothing. Really, it's like little stuff, okay? But if I have 5 that I sit down with, they don't have to sign. I have to just sit down and talk to them. You get a raffle win screen extensions for MacBooks, laptops, whatever. It's super fun. So you can sit there and you're not operating off one. You get an additional one for the $250 gift card. Okay. If I sit down with 10, you enter to win family reunion ticket. Another one for the screen extensions and another one for the $250 gift card. Okay. So increases your chances. So also the market center needs to give back. How else? If you guys are going to grow your downline, that's a natural kickback to recruiting, so, you know, bringing someone in, okay? You can win these prizes, but if I sign an agent that you guys bring me, you guys get $500 off your cap after they close their first deal. If you bring me 2 or more, doesn't matter, just has to be 2 or more, get $1,000 off your cap after they close their first transaction. You literally can erase your cap. You realize I just said that? Erase cap, okay? Okay, so all your money, we can't change royalties, but it is something that we're trying. Like we want to do family reunion, and we taught about taking a charter bus, doing a couple Airbnbs to mitigate the cost too. So what if family reunion cost you 500 instead of 3,000? Yes, Spiro.
So is that per month? The $1,000?
Quarter.
So you're saying 2 or more $1,000 off the cap
For the year.
The whole year.
Yeah.
So.
But they have to close their first deal. It would be 10, well, it depends on what your cap is.
No, my point is, I give you 2, it's $1,000 off. When's the next $1,000 come up? Another 2? Another 2?
No, per.
For what?
Just per agent. So you get 2, you get $1,000 per, and then just 1,000 after. I just have to have 2 to hit that. 1 gives you 500, 2 gives you 1,000 per. Does that make sense?
Per after 2. So 11.
They have to close 1 deal. Literally cut your cap off. Okay, so I'm just gonna launch it now because it's been approved, but in addition, Magnus Phoenix title, one of the issues isn't using them, it's writing it in right, if you want me to be honest. So every time, so this will be part of next 2 quarters, every time that we, yes, but
It's easy, put it in your template.
you're right. It needs to be in a doc. I agree with you, but that's like, we almost have to have a template DocuSign class or something, right? Or transaction or whatever, or your set form, whatever you're using. Yeah. So yes. Yes, if we, yeah, it is required if we're using Magnus, 100%. So, every time that we open escrow, if it falls out, that's not your guys' fault, okay? But you have to open escrow, money has to be in an escrow account. But every time that you guys open escrow and it's written in Magnus, Phoenix, PHX title, you guys get $100 towards your family reunion ticket. Cap out at 1,000 because that's what it costs. Huh?
Yeah.
You're funny. Yeah. So we have 6 months
So where do you
Okay.
put it in? Say, at the-
in escrow. When we put in our escrow company, it's Magnus PHX title. It has to be written in that way. If not, an addendum has to be done to fix it. Well, oh, you want Phoenix written? I have no ways to PHX. Or / Phoenix. So there's cards in the back that literally have exactly how you should write it. It's super simple, okay? But what does it look like to be able to do this? Like if we could caravan all the way from Arizona to Las Vegas, how fun would that be? It would just be trouble. Misfit Toys just making trouble, okay? So we just want to have fun with you guys, help you cut down some of those things because $1,000 for the ticket, and then when you're thinking flights, if that's what you choose, hotel and all that stuff, it can get expensive. So let's just plan now. Okay, have it planned by December so that we're just executing the last couple months for the event, okay? Any questions? All right. We're just gonna go. Thank you, please. I think I've been adding everybody to this Facebook group, but if you're not, I think I was creating an email for last week.
About the drawing?
Yes, we're gonna do that. Has everybody filled your tickets out? Huh? Who am I missing? Wait, what? Oh. How did I see? I was so okay. You know when you like push your excitement away and like
Forget about it.
and you forget about it? Like it's literally that. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Culture award. So I thought I had my tablecloths, but I don't. Because I'm washing them right now. Okay, it is being built up out of like a box underneath so we can put the gift. But I was like, what do we have for a culture award? Remember when I joked about you guys with having like the chicken, winner chicken dinner? I found like awards for that. Because I thought it'd be funny to do the dance every time we did it. Okay. It didn't work out, but there's a story to why this is the way it is. Has nothing to do with the orientation. It has something to do with something completely different. However, this is the beginning of our culture award. This is bronze. Okay, fierce warrior. Okay, against the odds, despite of, it doesn't matter. So I want a box filled that we can open and put the gift. That's what it's gonna be, okay? So it's wonky because I don't want it glued yet. So the person who's gonna accept it, please bear with me. Okay, you guys voted, and I'm gonna tell you this person one by one. Because it was between 3 of you, I almost was like, oh, I'm gonna have to make you guys all vote, and we're just gonna have to do it again, right? But one vote, this individual went out. So if you guys don't know this stellar human, okay, and the fact for years, for years, he has showed up almost every day, rain or shine, make the checks, put the stuff away, order the supplies, be the love, be the glue in the office. So it makes sense that with all the changes, our first culture word is to Kyle. Capitate. So here's an annoying gift, wrapped like a woman would. You guys don't appreciate that. And thank you for being.
Oh, thank you.
That's whenever. Okay, I love it. Okay, who did not get a raffle ticket? Kyle, you did not. Who? Okay, I know Aiden, you did not.
It costs about $500 for you to enter.
You want me to ask for my rent? Okay, come get your things, fill it out real quick. Because these set of solar lights goes on both sides. We're raffling them off, so just fill it out real quick. Court, you wanna do this one? Are you sure I'm not missing anyone?
There's has to go.
Okay. And then we'll set you guys off.
And Sabrina and Ben.
All right, did we get everybody? I think Kyle, did you get your name in? Aiden has his. Thank you. Did you put yours in, Kyle? The raffle? Yeah, just put your name on it and then bring it. Okay. It's exciting. We should have more of a raffle.
Have like music or something.
I know.
I like where your head's up.
Right? Yeah, we should get like this like weird playlist, like ominous, like hit the button.
We're all just waiting on the culture award winner.
I know. Or everything else, it's everything all day here.
All right, is everybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, go.
you wanna pick it?
No, you. You just go.
Oh, okay,
I don't know why. It makes me.
if I pick myself. I want you to stay.
Let's choose, yeah.
Miss Morrison. All right, girl.
Congratulations.
I guess your first listing is gonna be bright and shiny.
I'm all lit up. Yeah, because apparently I don't know how to do them. We got one on each side. Okay.
All right, love you guys. I'm gonna set you guys free. Go, do your thing. Thank you for a good meeting.
Thank you for a good one.
Hey, you're welcome. I appreciate you.